Hello, hello, hello. We are looking live. Trying to send out some quick invites here. First stream wasn't working that well. Don't know why. Technology. Duke almost goes down. That was wow. That was phenomenal. Anyone in here yet? All right, folks. Anyone in here? Anyone want to talk some sports? So the NCAA tournament has been underway. The first two rounds have been kind of not really upset filled. Haven't been that exciting, to be honest. Duke just almost got beat. That would have been the upset of the tournament, folks. That would have been, I mean, everyone as a Purdue fan, I was hoping that Duke would not be in my bracket because I didn't want to play them, but they looked very vulnerable. Duke looked very vulnerable. They have trouble shooting the ball from outside. And it just showed, Zion Williamson took the game over. He absolutely took the game over late with a big 3-point play. But I think Duke can be beat. Michigan State on the right night can beat Duke. And I think it just showed as UCF almost took them down. It was in and out. It was right in there and out. But again, this tournament as a whole so far hasn't been like last year's with all the upsets. Last year you had 1 seeds going down in the second round. You had 2 seeds going down in the second round. This one has been just kind of so-so. Look, I'm happy camp right now. My Boilers, they advanced. That was awesome to see. I did not see Purdue winning last night the way they did. They won by 26 points. Carson Edwards had 42. That was so awesome. I was so excited. I didn't sit down the whole game. I was a mess. It was like cats and dogs in harmony. It was just insane in my apartment last night. But Purdue moved on. Michigan State looks awesome right now. They're going to play Texas Tech. Texas Tech is smoking Buffalo right now. Texas Tech, in my opinion, for everyone watching, for the kiddies at home, for everyone across the land, Texas Tech looks like the team that could make a Final Four. They're looking awesome right now. I cannot wait to see them play Michigan. One thing about the tournament, when we haven't had a lot of upsets like this, that makes the Sweet 16 games better. I mean, you're going to have Duke, Tennessee. Now, Purdue, Tennessee. Now, Liberty, right now, the 12th seed is beating Virginia Tech. I think that could be, that could be a very interesting 1-12 Duke taking on Liberty in the Sweet 16. But most of the Sweet 16 games are going to be really good. So the tournament has been, so far, but the Sweet 16 games should be awesome. So this is my new setup behind me. Painted the wall blue and got the new shelves, put some sports memorabilia. If you look over this shoulder right here, you see the best quarterback of all time in that frame. And then you see the best team of all time to the left of that. So I wanted to put greatness behind me in Dan Marino and the Miami Dolphins. And I also got a ticket stub of the 72 Super Bowl. And then right next, I got Bob Ross. Bob Ross is right next. You see Mr. Bob? Hello. It's a painter. It's the happy painter right there. So I did this whole setup last week, painted on Monday, went and got the shelves, hung them. And the plan going forward is I'm going to do a live stream a week. This is kind of just spontaneous right now. And then I'm going to do a scheduled video, like a breakdown of what's going on the week, edit it, and then release that. So 2 videos a week is the plan. And I really want to build my channel. So you guys, everyone out there, do share the channel to everyone, all the kiddies at home. That'll be very exciting. So right now, look, Oklahoma is getting smashed already by Virginia. That kind of sucks because Virginia is in Purdue's bracket. I would like to see, the top seeds go down. But hey, my Boilers are looking good. If Purdue plays like they did last night, they're going to beat anybody in the country. They can beat Duke, North Carolina. I don't care. If Carson goes off for 40 points, forget about it. And I'm going to be the most absolute nervous wreck this week because Thursday's the game. I'm going to be shaking. I'm going to be, I'm going to doing this. I'm not going to be able to stand still. I'm going to be absolutely nervous. So IU fans, if there's any IU fans watching, you have IU playing in the postseason at the same time Purdue's playing in the postseason. IU just happens to be playing in NIT. Purdue happens to be playing in the big dance. I don't know how those IU fans at home feel about that, but I feel pretty good. So we shall see going forward. I mean, this is the third straight year Purdue has made the Sweet 16. I mean, Purdue is in the midst of a nice run, but Purdue has to get over the hump. They have to get past the Sweet 16, and they have an awesome chance to get there when they play Tennessee on Thursday. And I'm going to be a wreck. I'm not going to eat the night before. I'm not going to sleep. It's just going to be, I don't even know how I'm going to react, but it's going to be very exciting for me. And I hope they don't lose so I don't have to call in work the next day. So yeah, Duke almost gets beat. Liberty, the 12th seed, is beating Virginia Tech right now by 3. That would be very interesting. The last 2 games tonight, you got Ohio State playing Houston. Hey, the Big Ten is repping well. Iowa, they were down 25 points today to Tennessee. They came back. They fought hard. They tied it. They took it to overtime. And I was rooting for Iowa because that's who Purdue would have played. I was really keeping my fingers crossed. I was at work. I was supposed to be working with customers selling phones, but my eyes were on the TV. I got distracted when I was supposed to be upgrading some 80-year-old's phone. But I didn't care because I was going to watch the basketball games. And then you got UC Irvine taking on Oregon tonight, the classic 13-12 matchup. And the winner of that will play Virginia. Isabel is rooting for. Are you really rooting for Purdue? That is awesome. You're an IU fan. I'm very, very surprised to see this fandom come alive. So who's doing brackets out there? How's your bracket looking? Because mine, I study the brackets every year. I look at it. I study the teams. I look over everything. I say, okay, they're going to win because of this. They're going to win because of this. And every year I finish towards the last in my pool, like clockwork. I never win these things. I study them way too hard. I get all excited because I think I know sports more than anybody. I study it like a madman. I'm a sports fanatic. But when it comes to this tournament stuff, I overstudy it every year. And I think I'm setting towards the bottom of my pool right now. So that is kind of embarrassing. Because I don't think I've ever won a March Madness pool, actually. And I want to claim that I am this, crazy sports fanatic. So, yeah. So, yeah, the tournament's been fun. Like I said, good. You won last year. Of course you did. So, yeah, the tournament's been, and I took my vacation around the NCAA tournament. So I started my vacation last Sunday, and the brackets came out. I did one of these. I studied the brackets all week. Thursday and Friday, I was watching the games like crazy. Saturday, then I actually had to go back to work today, which kind of sucked. But hey, the basketball's still going on. And the game is in Louisville Thursday. So if I can somehow manage to get out of work, I shared this with my boss. So if he is watching this right now, I hope you can possibly, help me out here and make that happen on my schedule because I'm set to close. But I'm going to have to do some trading and wheeling and dealing because I got to see my Boilers play. So I hope you guys like the setup back there. Basically, I spent most of my vacation creating this. I'd never painted before. This was the first time that I'd ever painted in my life, so it was kind of messy. I had paint on my drawers. I had paint in my armpits. It was really a messy situation, and I had a helper. Gwendolyn was helping me, and you can tell where she put the tape, where she taped it, and where I taped it because there's paint. You can't really see, but there's paint up there on the ceiling because that's where I taped. I taped up there, unfortunately. So it was a pretty interesting painting experience with the blessing of Bob Ross. Bob really helped me through it. He was saying, there, just paint the wall there. And he had that soothing voice. So as Bob talked to me, I painted a brushstroke. I just painted really gently, and I let him talk to me as I painted my walls. So it was very awesome. So, we're here to talk about the NCAA tournament. It's been, a fun tournament. I picked all these crazy upsets. The upsets have been happening. There's been a lot of blowout games. There's been so many blowout games. The one team that I thought that would advance without a problem was Duke. And Duke's the team that almost got beat. I mean, Duke is the team that should have got beat, and that was the one you least expected. So I was really surprised to see that. I got to plug in my computer real quick. But yeah, that was really surprising to see. North Carolina won. I mean, they looked. It's a happy little blue dot. That's right, a happy little blue dot on the ceiling. So what I do wonder is when I move out of my apartment, what am I going to do here? I don't know if I'm supposed to repaint this. I've never, painted an apartment, so I don't know what the rules are on that. Maybe I'm going to hire painters to tell them to paint it back. We shall see. So what I'm going to do later in the week is do some Sweet 16 predictions. I'm probably going to overstudy it like I do everything else because that's just how I roll. But you know who I'm going to be picking in this game? Well, no, I can't give it away yet. I can't tell you who I'm going to be picking. But Purdue's got a tough game. Tennessee's very athletic. Purdue is going to slow you down. That's what they're going to have to do because Tennessee runs up and down the court like crazy, like a madman. So Purdue's really going to have to try to slow down the pace. I've never in my lifetime, folks, ladies and gentlemen, kiddies at home, the last time Purdue went past the Sweet 16, okay, I was 13 years old. It's been a long time coming. And you all who know me, the sports fanatic, know I bleed black and gold. I'm crazy for this stuff. If they make the Elite Eight, I will lose my mind. I will probably go apeshit. Excuse me, kiddies at home. I apologize. I know there's little ones around the world in Iceland and Antarctica watching. I do apologize. Parents out there, I'll try to watch my mouth next time. So if they do advance, I am going to go. I want to see a Final Four so bad. Purdue has not made a Final Four. And every time you talk to an Indiana Hoosier fan says, we got 5 banners. Where's your banners? You know, the view is not obstructed at Purdue because the lack of banners. And I have to hear it every single year. And it doesn't matter what I say as a Purdue fan to an IU fan. It does not matter. They will say 5 banners. And really, I just have to suck it up, dig deep, and move on with my day because I have no comeback for that. Purdue is the program right now in the state. They're very impressive. This is their 3rd straight Sweet 16. Indiana, not so much. I don't know. I see 5 banners. People are typing 5 banners as I'm saying this right now. I think the IU program can bounce back. IU has a lot of talent. They played a lot of freshmen this year. I think they will be better. They had, Romeo Langford was supposed to be the savior of the basketball program. They look better without him. He had his eyes on the prize. He had his eyes on the De Niro, baby, throwing bills. And I think he just wasn't all in on it this year. So I think IU's actually going to be a better team without him next year. I really do. And they got a good recruiting class coming in. And once IU gets back, I'm going to be scared because Purdue is kind of, every Indianapolis paper is about Purdue and you still don't see mention IU. But when they get back, it's just going to take over. Then I'm going to have to see wherever I go, whoever I see, I'm going to have to be reminded that IU's back, even though I do hear this every year, folks. I do hear this every year that IU is coming back. But I think the future does look great and it's good for the rivalry. The state of Indiana is all about basketball. It's all about basketball. And when IU and Purdue are both good, that's when things are in harmony. That's when things are in flux. So it's better for everyone involved. So checking the scores right now, Liberty up by 1 over Virginia Tech. Folks, that would be awesome. A 12 seed in the Sweet 16. That doesn't happen very often. I want to see that. I'm rooting for the Liberty Flames, but they can't beat Duke. There's no way Liberty's going to beat Duke. So even if they do advance, there's no possible way that Liberty's going to compete with Duke. Texas Tech, I said this at the beginning, Texas Tech looks like the team right now is playing the best ball of all I've watched. Texas Tech. I mean, they just look really good. Oklahoma, no, they've cut it to 1-point game. It's early. Virginia, we know they got beat by 16 last year, so they all vulnerable. I can't say, that's a hard word to say, vulnerable, to the upset in the NCAA tournament. So who's your guys' Final Fours? Is your bracket still alive? You still got some dogs in the race? I think my Final Four, of course, I picked Purdue to go in the Final Four. I think my Final Four is still alive, but I picked a lot of stupid upsets in the first round. I picked a 15 to win, and like I said, I just break this stuff down way, way too much. But the Big Ten's doing really well. The Big Ten plays a 20-game regular season, folks. For all those casual fans out there, that's a lot of games. Conferences don't play 20-game seasons. It's really long, it's grueling, and I think it's prepared the Big Ten teams for the tournament. And look at this. There's only I'm seeing on March Madness, only 2 perfect brackets remain. I don't know. Is that updated? 2 perfect brackets remain. This was March 24th, 2019. That's pretty crazy. I mean, that is crazy. The odds are just, it's almost impossible. I know that Yahoo did that, $1 million, Duke, Gonzaga, North Carolina, and Virginia. You went with all the 1 seeds. That's too easy. That's too easy. You can't go with all the 1 seeds, even though it very well could happen this year. All the 1 seeds absolutely could advance in this year's tournament. But I remember Yahoo was given that, $10 million for a perfect bracket. Folks, it's not going to happen. ESPN, you can fill out 25 brackets. I filled out 25 brackets on ESPN. I actually wrote down how many times I picked this team in round 1, how many times I picked this team to go to round 3, how many times I picked this team to go. I actually broke this all down, and I don't have one bracket that is I have one that's doing okay. My mother's bracket is in the top 1.2% in the nation. My mom is killing it right now. She's only 60 points behind the leader in ESPN, so she's tearing it apart right now. I want to give a props to my mother. Mother, if you're watching, I'm proud of you. Good job. I've taught you very well when it comes to sports. Actually, she taught me very well as I was sneaking downstairs and watching Monday Night Football as a kid in my whitey tighties, as I would put a blanket over the TV and watch the Monday Night Football game. So I've loved sports since I was a little kid. I mean, it's been pumping through my veins. So I'm only going to stand here for about 5 minutes. I was going to make this a short one. Liberty's back ahead 37-36. Look, Virginia, it's 8 minutes, and they've only got 8 minutes down in the game. They've only got 9 points. This is Virginia's problem. They struggle to score. If you can hit shots and get ahead of Virginia, look, you can beat them. And who was watching Virginia in the first round when they were down to a 16 seed again? And you're like, this can't happen. This can't happen 2 years in a row, can it? This can't happen 2 years in a row. There's no possible way. But of course, they rebounded. They won, and Oklahoma's winning. Look, if Oklahoma beats Virginia, that means Purdue, if they beat Tennessee, would either be playing a 9 seed, a 12, or a 13 for the right to go to a Final Four. Folks, this stuff consumes my thoughts. It consumes my day. I'm at work today. I was running through the possibilities in my head. If this team wins, Purdue could play them, then they could make it that way. It's the fan base that is starving for a Final Four. 1980. Everybody in the conference besides like Northwestern and Penn State has made a Final Four. But Purdue, I'm going ahead. I'm going crazy. My head's spinning around. It's like Exorcist. Pea soup's going to be spitting out of my ears if they don't make one soon. I just have to see it. Have to see it. And John says it's our time. I hope it's our time, John. I really do. We talked last night before the game. We talked after the game. Both of our voices were cracking. We were so excited. We bleed Boilermakers, and I think they can do it. So we shall see. So I'm going to do this for about 5 more minutes. Hey, you got Oklahoma's beating Virginia. And look, tonight, Ohio State and Houston, I am going to pick Ohio State to upset Houston. What I've been seeing from the Big Ten so far is they're tougher than most teams. Iowa came back from 25 down and almost knocked off Tennessee. That's freaking impressive. I mean, you had Michigan State is just absolutely rolling. The Big Ten has been killing it. Michigan's looked awesome. It's fun to see the conference do so well. And then you had Maryland almost upset LSU. So the nightcap, you got Ohio State and Houston. I'm going to take Ohio State to win a close game, 71-67. And then you got UC Irvine, the Anteaters. How can you not roll with the Anteaters? I mean, what a cool team. They're sucking up all the basketballs. Okay, that was a terrible analogy. Don't know where I was going to go with that, but I'm rooting for the Anteaters because the Anteaters are cool, damn it. So I think the Anteaters are going to beat Oregon, and they're going to move on to play the winner of Oklahoma and Virginia. So those are my predictions for tonight. So to wrap this up, did you actually pick Irvine to win? Like in your bracket, you had them winning the first game or second game? I mean, that's pretty impressive. I picked upsets, but I picked the wrong upsets. That's, I picked the wrong ones. So going forward this week, like I said, we got the whole new setup behind me and everything. I actually got a light here in the corner, but when I'm streaming from the webcam, nice sweet 16, the webcam, the light eats up the screen. So what I'm going to be doing the rest of the time is recording from my phone. You'll see the light in the corner. You'll get more view of the wall. I'm going to put a Purdue Boilermaker thing up there, so this area is pretty much complete. Excuse me. So this week, I'm off Tuesday, Wednesday, going to do some Sweet 16 predictions, and I'm going to edit them. And I also got a program where I can follow along with the brackets while you're watching the screen. So it's very cool. Very, very exciting stuff going on for moi. Hope you follow. Hope you share the love of the channel. You know, I'm doing this spontaneously, so no planning with this right here. So I'm just, you know, I'm kicking this whole channel off. I'm revamping everything. I'm super excited, and I can't wait to share this with everything. So one day a week, I'm going to be doing the live stuff like this, and then another day a week or two, I'm going to be doing, you know, recorded videos with editing. So that's the plan going forward. Okay. Excuse me. So before I sign off, like I said, the NCAA tournament so far has been decent. A lot of blowouts today, a lot of blowouts yesterday. Duke almost going down was a surprise. You know, that was they didn't get beat, but I think that was the surprise of the day. Everyone's like, I don't want to play Duke. I don't want to play Duke. Right now, I think Michigan State would beat Duke. I really do. Michigan State's clicking on all cylinders. Tom Izzo is a fantastic coach. If I would put money on it, okay, I can't put money against Duke. Never mind. But I do think Michigan State has a really good shot to beat Duke. I really do. And if they were to play, I think the Spartans would prevail. I really do. All right, so I'm going to wrap this up. It was nice to see you all, lovelies. Hope you enjoyed the new setup. I probably have said that 17 times, but I'm really proud of her. And this was a 25-minute March Madness breakdown with a little bit of Bob Ross thrown in the mix. Woohoo! So love you all. And Roger, where's Roger? Hold on. Roger? Come here. Oh, the boo-boo. My cat, I have a cat named Roger, and he's at my feet right now. Ah! He's chewing my toenail, which they do need trimmed. Go ahead, Raj. Eat the toenail, boo-boo. Okay. So this is me signing off. I will give you guys probably 6 to 12 hours in advance of when I'm going to do the live streams and when I'm going to do the videos. So nighty-nighty, everyone. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Love you. Bye-bye.